My mom called me crying and said, "Your father just proposed to someone at dinner." I was sitting right there. I was in the middle of a work call when my phone started blowing up. 17 missed calls from my mom in under 3 minutes. I excused myself and called her back, and the second she picked up, she was sobbing so hard I could barely understand her. "Your father just proposed to another woman at our anniversary dinner." I asked her to repeat herself because there was no way I heard that correctly. She said it again, slower this time. "He got down on one knee at the restaurant, pulled out a ring, asked her to marry him, and I was sitting across the table watching the whole thing. My brain couldn't process it. My parents had been married for 32 years. They'd just celebrated by going to their favorite Italian place, the same one they went to every year. I told her I was on my way and drove to their house going 20 over the speed limit. When I got there, my mom was sitting at the kitchen table with mascara running down her face. My dad was in his recliner watching football like nothing happened. I walked straight up to him and said, "Dad, what the hell is wrong with you?" He didn't even look away from the screen. "Your mother is overreacting." I grabbed the remote and turned off the TV. "You proposed to another woman in front of your wife. How is she overreacting?" He finally looked at me, and his expression was annoyed, like I was the one being unreasonable. It was a joke. "Denise is an old friend from work. We were just having fun." My mom's voice cracked from the kitchen. "You had a ring." He waved his hand dismissively. It was a gag ring from the dollar store. Everyone at the table laughed. "You're the only one making this a big deal." I stared at him, trying to find some trace of the father I grew up with, the man who used to slow dance with my mom in the kitchen. I couldn't find him anywhere. I sat down next to my mom and asked her to tell me exactly what happened. She took a shaky breath. We got to the restaurant, and there was already a woman at our table. He said she was joining us because her husband couldn't make it. I didn't think anything of it, but all through dinner, he kept touching her arm, laughing at everything she said, barely looking at me. Then he stood up, pulled out a box, and got on one knee. He said, "Denise, you make me feel alive again. Will you do me the honor?" She said yes. They kissed. Everyone around us started clapping. My mom wiped her eyes. I just sat there like a ghost. Nobody even noticed I was his wife. I felt rage building in my chest. This wasn't a joke. This was humiliation. Public, deliberate humiliation of a woman who had given him 3 decades of her life. I went back to my dad. "Who is Denise?" He rolled his eyes. "I told you. A friend from work." "How long have you been seeing her?" He got defensive immediately. "I'm not seeing her. We just have lunch sometimes. She understands me. Your mother hasn't understood me in years." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "So your solution is to fake propose to another woman at your anniversary dinner?" He stood up, getting in my face. "It wasn't fake. The ring was fake. The proposal was real. I'm leaving your mother." The room went silent. My mom made a sound I'd never heard before, something between a gasp and a moan. She doubled over like she'd been punched. My dad just grabbed his jacket. "Denise and I are getting an apartment downtown. I'll send someone for my things." He walked out the front door without looking back. I spent the next 3 hours holding my mom while she cried. I called my sister, who was on the next flight home. I called a lawyer friend who agreed to a consultation first thing in the morning. Then I did something I probably shouldn't have. I found Denise's husband on social media. His name was Gregory, and according to his page, he thought his wife was at a work conference that weekend. I sent him screenshots of my mom's texts, the photo she'd taken of the proposal, everything. He called me within 10 minutes, voice shaking. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. Turns out Denise had been telling him she was working late for months, business trips that were actually weekend getaways with my father. Gregory and I talked for an hour, 2 sons of broken families, piecing together a betrayal that had been happening right under our noses. The divorce was finalized 4 months later. My mom got the house, the retirement accounts, and every photo album from their marriage. My dad moved in with Denise, but it only lasted 6 weeks. My mom called me crying and said, "Your father just proposed to someone at dinner." I was sitting right there. I was in the middle of a work call when my phone started blowing up. 17 missed calls from my mom in under 3 minutes. I excused myself and